Okay. Page 151 is in grammar. It's official. We're doing grammar. We're getting back into the regular stuff now, finishing out the year. We made it to April. This is so cool. We have April and May, and then you guys are done. Crazy. I know. Here comes Matt.
Oh yeah, next month is my birthday month.
Your birthday's in May?
Yep, May 25th, so it's like 525.
My lord.
It's almost the same as my mother's, which is 323.
Oh, cool. That does make it nice and easy to remember.
Yep.
Hi, Matt. Are you there? Did he just wake up, Alex? Oh, okay.
No, I forgot to join. I forgot I had class today.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm glad you made it. When you're ready, go ahead and turn your camera on. And we're going to start on page 151 in grammar. And this is a short lesson again, which is really nice. So it's a nice surprise. Commas. And here comes Ian. That means everybody's here. Woohoo. It's pretty good. Maybe I can stop recording here.
No, keep it on just in case.
Yeah, I better, because we're going to do something different today. So yeah, I agree with that, Kylie. Just in case. Commas, we already know this. It says starting this week, the passages do not contain any commas. Woohoo! No more commas.
Aw.
Follow the comma rules learned throughout the year to insert commas where they belong.
You know what? I think it's
Okay, so we're not removing any commas, you're only inserting. So it's not a total celebration about commas, but like a half celebration.
all we learned was just to quit it at the very end of class.
So there's none that we have to take out, but there are some that you have to put in. And then there's another type of adjective. You guys have learned coordinate, cumulative, and now we're going to learn compound. This is the easiest of the adjectives. But a compound adjective is a single adjective made up of two or more words. You guys know about like compound words or actually contractions where you have two words that you put into one. It's kind of like that. It says use a hyphen when two or more words come before a noun they describe and act as a single idea. Like this one. Bagheera was a quick-witted panther. Quick-witted is a compound adjective. It's describing the panther, but it's a term that we use in English, quick-witted. So it is a hyphenated word. You're just going to put a dash in there. So the words quick and witted are not separate adjectives describing the noun. Bagheera was not a quick panther and a witted panther. Together, the words act as a single idea and form a compound adjective, and you're going to use a hyphen. Add a hyphen to form a compound adjective in front of a noun. So hyphen is the same thing as a dash. Mowgli swam in the sun-filled pools. Sun-filled pools. So this is another hyphenated adjective describing the pools. And that's it. Yay. Okay. Hi, Ian. I see you're here. I think you're here. At least I see your name.
Yeah, hi.
Okay. When you're ready, please turn on your camera so I can see you. And same for Matt. Okay. I want you guys to have your cameras on. Okay. Let's see. How about Jude? Would you mind reading this one today, please?
Because Mowgli was no longer welcome in the jungle, he had to leave, but he pledged that he would be more compassionate than them cold-blooded wolves.
Okay. You did a really good job reading that, even though there's some words we need to fix in there, at least one word. Pledged, it just means to promise seriously. It's like a contract with someone, making a pledge. That's the vocabulary. Let's go ahead and just start going down the market column. How about Kylie, where's that CC word, that coordinating conjunction?
But
Good, but. And then, do you see the prepositional phrases yet, Alex? See if you can see those.
In the jungle,
Good. In the jungle.
to leave,
No, that one's going to be, remember how leave is it's like a verb, but to leave is an infinitive. So not that one. That's an infinitive.
be more compassionate than them, or no?
No, not be, because that's going to be another verb.
No longer welcome.
You send me, I don't have a place to.
I don't
No, it's actually going to start with than.
Send me a text.
Oh.
Yeah, than is actually a preposition. So than, and it's not them cold-blooded wolves, than them. So what should we put instead of them, Alex? What do you think would work better there?
Those.
Yes, those. Very good. And you're going to underline this because it is a prepositional phrase. Than those cold-blooded wolves. All right, Aubrey, how about the main clauses?
Would it be Mowgli was no longer welcome in the jungle?
Actually, I should have you do the adverb clause first because this is an adverb clause. Yeah. So it's because all the way to the jungle is the adverb clause. So that'll help you find the main clauses where the main, or there's a that clause. How about you find that one? Where's the that clause?
That he would be more compassionate.
Yes, all the way to wolves, actually. The that clause. That one is a complete thought. That he would be more compassionate than those cold-blooded wolves. And so now I'll have Jude find the main clauses. You see where those are? They're short.
Okay. He had to leave.
He had to leave. Good. That's one. And then we're not going to include the coordinating conjunction.
Is it in another one?
No, it's separate, but it's super short.
But he pledged?
Just he pledged, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it does have to have a subject verb pair, but remember we used to do the MC, CC, MC. So the coordinating conjunction connects the two main clauses. Okay, good job. And by the way, if it helps you guys to find the subject verb pairs first before finding all those clauses, you can do that. Move around on the list. Okay, Ian, you're the lucky one to get the subject and verb pairs. So where are the verbs? You can do them both. What are the subject verb pairs?
Mowgli,
Mowgli?
welcome.
No, not welcome. It's actually was. Was, because welcome becomes a noun when it's after a verb like that, was welcome. So Mowgli was, what else? And each one of these clauses have subject verb pair.
He and then leave.
He and had, actually, remember to leave is an infinitive because we have that word to here. So we're not going to count that as a verb. So he had, how about this one?
He pledged.
Yeah, that was easy. He pledged. And then how about that clause?
He and then compassionate.
He, but not compassionate. That's actually an adjective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Would.
Would. And there's one more linking verb.
Be.
Helping. Yes, would be. So Mowgli was, he had, he pledged, he would be. Those are the subject verb pairs. And then the opener, Matt, what kind of an opener is this?
That is is there a because opener?
It's part of an opener because is part of an opener, yeah. It's called a clausal.
Okay.
You remember what number it is?
No.
It's a 5. 5 clausal. Go ahead and turn your camera on, Matt. And then it says indent right here. So we're going to put a paragraph symbol here for indent. And capital, that's easy. Just one of those. Commas. So Kylie, what about the comma rules? We need to put in 2 commas. Do you know where they go?
Nope, but I'll try my best.
Okay.
After pledge.
Not after pledge.
Okay.
No. It has to do with these 2 main clauses in a row. Because we
Before
have
but.
to see, yeah, so right before but, there's one. And then say it again.
After but.
No.
Oh, dang it.
It's going to be between the adverb clause and the main clause. So whenever the adverb clause, remember how we used to talk about, it's right here. I know you can't really.
After the jungle.
After the jungle, yes. So
Yeah.
it's like, remember when we did AC, comma, MC way back when we had to fix that one page, and then MC, comma, CC, MC, those types of comma rules. If you guys get stuck on the commas, I know we tabbed it. So go back and check the comma rules later if you need help during your homework. The end mark is just a period. That's easy. And we have a hyphen. So Aubrey, what is the hyphen word?
Cold-blooded wolves.
Cold-blooded. So we're just going to put a hyphen between cold and blooded. That's one of those compound adjectives right here, cold-blooded wolves. And we already did the usage, which was them. It should have been those. So just a reminder again, I know you guys, I tell you this every week. If you get stuck on something on the list, skip it, come back to it. Because a lot of times when you start finding other stuff, then you're like, oh, I see it now. So do the ones you know first and go back and find the other ones. All right, good job, you guys. We're done with that for today. And then go ahead and get out your binders. You guys were finishing up your paper on your adventure, your personal adventure. And does anybody want to share that paper? It's optional. You don't have to, but I'd love to hear it if you want to read it. If anybody feels like reading it. Alex, thank you.
I don't want to read it, but that's not the last one that we did. We did the penny one.
What did you guys do?
The one with the penny.
Oh, right. I'm thinking before that. Yeah, you're right. The penny one. That, by the way, thank you, Alex. You guys did a great job on that. That was practice for the test. And I gave you some feedback. So make sure you check Google Classroom later. You did a great job prepping for that. All of you are ready for the writing test. I don't know about math and all that other stuff. That's up to you guys, but I can tell you, you're ready for the writing part. So
The end of my thing was sketchy.
sketchy?
Yeah, it wasn't really that good.
No, I liked it. I thought it was really good. I did. I
I
liked
tried
it.
to put all the words in there.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I know some of it was a little tricky. And sometimes, it's hard to figure out how to word stuff. And on the test, just go with what your gut says, okay? Because it's not like a homework assignment where I'm going to look at every little detail and, make things, have you fix things and stuff. You're just going to go with your gut on how it sounds. And then make sure you guys read it to yourself before you actually submit the paper, okay, on the test. It's really important to go back and reread it because sometimes when we're typing, we might make little errors, but no, I liked yours, Kylie. I thought it was great. I read everybody's that turned it in. I thought it was really good. So I'm talking about like before the penny paper, you guys did an adventure paper about a personal adventure. That was from kind of far back, but you know what? Let's just move on from that. So you can put away, that was week 14. Go ahead and put away week 14. We're going to move on from that in your finished binder or wherever you keep your finished stuff. Go ahead and put that away. And the good news again today, because we want to catch up in the binder, the next 2 lessons, we're going to skip because you guys are good. Yes, we're skipping those. So we're skipping week 15 and week 16. You can just put those away in your finished binder. And we're going to jump all the way to week 17. And this one's called Occupation of Your Choice. This is actually going to be kind of fun because we're going to talk about some possible careers that you guys might have. And we're going to do something fun with that. So go ahead and get out week 17. It's only 3 pages here. Called An Occupation of Your Choice. And by the way, before we get too deep in this, Matt and Ian, keep your cameras on, please. Does anybody already know what they think they might want to do as a career later after you finish school? And you guys know what you want to do? Kylie, what do you want to do?
I want to be in the Navy and a family lawyer.
Oh, wow. That's excellent. The Navy and a family lawyer. Man, that would be awesome. And when you are in the military, you probably already know this, you get I think it's called a GI Bill, where you can actually go to school. They'll pay you, they'll pay for your schooling.
My mom was eligible enough to go into it. She just didn't want to get yelled at in boot camp.
Oh, well, yeah, you gotta have
But my uncle,
for that.
but both of my uncles have been in them. And I think
cool.
one of them, not one of my uncles, but I think it's like a grandpa or something, got to experience some Marines.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
He's dead.
Wow. Does anybody else know what they want to do after school when you guys are finished?
I want to join the Air Force.
Okay, good. That's an awesome thing to join for sure. I mean, what an honor to serve our country like that. And then it opens up a lot of opportunities for you after that as well. I mean, even things when you go into the military, you get special loans to buy a house that people who don't serve in the military, they don't have the same opportunities as you on that. That's pretty cool. I mean, you get lots of benefits from being in the military. So that'd be awesome. Aubrey, how about you?
I want to be a marine biologist so I can be a dolphin trainer.
What was the second part?
I want to be a marine biologist so that I can be a dolphin trainer.
A dolphin trainer. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Wow. I love watching those videos, like at SeaWorld and stuff, where they work with.
Oh, I gotta go to SeaWorld. I gotta see an orca show.
Oh, cool.
But my parents didn't let me get to the splash zone.
I always thought that was pretty cool, though, to be able to work with dolphins like that. They seem like they're so, like, personal, like personable. Is that the word? Where they interact with you like a pet?
Like horses. Like horses are like, they can have their abilities, like calming and friendly around.
That is so cool. Yeah.
I think what my friend was saying, I need to look it up, but apparently 50% of men cry during military training.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
No, there
I'm
isn't.
sure I'm sure it's intense.
It really
But
is.
I think, they probably have a way of encouraging them by saying it's only a certain amount of time, it's horrible.
You only have 4 years.
Well, boot camp doesn't last that long though. Boot camp's only like 6 months or something like that. So if you keep telling yourself you can get through it,
Encouragement.
you'll
You only
make
have
it.
boot camp. Then you have 4 years of military. Then you're done. Good job.
But they teach you how to be tough though. They teach you how to like deal with pain and deal with,
Robbers won't
kinds
want
of
to come to
emotions.
my house.
I mean, it's good stuff for life, honestly. I mean, I have a friend whose son is in boot camp right now, and it's tough, but he's learning a lot, and he's learning like what he's capable of, which is something that maybe you wouldn't know otherwise. So
My teacher's daughter went through police training, and she had to have pepper spray sprayed in her eye.
oh man, yikes. So what we're gonna do right now actually is this is kind of cool because maybe some of you don't know what you want to do in life yet, but there is actually a test, and it's not like the state test, so don't worry about that. It's more of like a test to find out what kind of a job would be a good fit for your personality and for your things that you like in life. This is just basically an idea, okay? It doesn't mean that whatever you get on this test is going to be what you're going to be for sure. I mean, it changes, especially because you guys are young and you're still trying to figure out, what do I want to do? I don't know. What do I want to do in life? Well, this is actually a pretty cool test to take, and we're going to take it right now during class. It's online though, so you would have to minimize your Zoom call and go to this website. So let me type it in the chat for everybody. And I know it kind of sounds like it's not a secure site because it sounds generic, but I actually did the test myself and I had a class do it yesterday and it works. So it's not a scam or anything. It is called, oops. Where's my note? Oh, here it is. yourfreecareertest.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. yourfreecareertest.com. I know it sounds weird, sounds cheesy, sounds generic, but it actually is a website that will offer you a, let me share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at too. So when you click on that link in the chat, it should take you to something like this. Is that what you guys see? Do you know how to do it at the same time, Kylie?
No.
No? Do you
I'm
have
good with
another
that.
device you can use to do it?
I do. I can do it. I can find it real quick.
Okay, go ahead and get another device if you need to. And this is
The best one.
basically,
Sorry.
that's okay. That's a good idea. Yeah, you can use that one. Is that a school computer or is that your own
It's a
computer?
school computer.
It should work. So try it. Try it. See if it'll let you go to it. And you guys can go ahead and start this. Give me a thumbs up if you're able to get to this website right now, either on your current computer or on a different computer. I see that, Alex. When you minimize the Zoom, you can hit the escape button on your keyboard and it'll minimize the Zoom call so you can access your Google Chrome, whatever you guys use for your website. You got it, Jude? And it just says, the other way to do it is to go to the chat and just click my link and then it should take you to this website right here. Did you get it, Aubrey?
How do you get there
Got
again?
it? Okay.
Sorry.
Ian, Matt, did you guys get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right here, the green button that says take the free career test. And it's going to start where you see the numbers. As you're reading these, try to pick something, whatever pops into your mind first. You're going to know when you read that if that is something that you're interested in or not. Okay. And if you're not sure, there's a couple in the middle to choose from. There's several questions. So I'm just going to give you guys a minute to go through the questions, pick the one that you think fits you, what you think right now. And then let me know when you get to the end. Kylie?
How do you get there again? Sorry.
In the chat, oh, well, I can just tell you since you're on
I
another
can't see
device.
the questions on
Do I just say
my iPad. I can't see the
I
questions.
can't see them either.
Okay. So, what do you guys see right now? What do you see, Matt?
Just the answers to it. I don't see the questions though.
Do you see like a yellow box with a
No,
number in it?
no, I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to participate in that. If that's okay.
Well, that's part of the class. Why don't you want to participate in it?
Because it seems like a sketchy website.
Well, I wouldn't take you to a sketchy website, Matt. I wouldn't do that. Okay. I've tested this. It's not a sketchy website. So do you have another device maybe you can use at the same time?
No.
Okay, Matt, you don't have to take it. How about you, Alex? Are you able to see the questions or the?
No, I can't see them. I
Okay.
see the options though.
You do see the options. Okay, well, that's not going to work. You'll need to see the questions too. So what if you try Xing out of that and trying to load it up again? It is called yourfreecareertest.com and it's all spelled out, no uppercase or anything. It's just yourfreecareertest.com. careertest.com. And Matt, go ahead and think for a minute while everybody else is taking the test. Think about what you want to do after school and just pick a career. Since you're not doing the test, you're just going to have to pick a career. It could be doctor, lawyer, vet, whatever you pick. But by the time everybody's done taking the test, you have to pick one, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And Kylie?
I got to the pre-employment testing assesses candidate ability. I just typed in what you did.
Okay. Do you see, I don't think you typed it in right. Let me share my screen so you can see what it looks like. If you guys have it up, like Jude, I think does, Aubrey, you guys can go ahead and work on it. Does it look like this, Kylie?
Nope.
So I don't think you typed it in right. So go to your search bar at the top.
Okay.
And it's Y-O-U-R.
Okay.
F, no space or anything. So Y-O-U-R F-R-E-E. C-A-R-E-E-R T-E-S-T.com.
Okay.
Does it look like this?
That's what I typed in. Exactly.
Okay, good. And it doesn't look like this though?
No. No spaces, just lowercase. But I can try the very, very top one. I will try that real quick.
Yeah, try the top one. And it might need a www before it. That might be what you need to do too, Alex. No.
The Y in the first your in
So
your career test is capitalized.
I did that in the chat, but it shouldn't, I don't think you need to worry about that. Did it work for you, Ian? Are you on the site?
Yeah, I just copied and pasted what you typed in the chat and then put it in the top one.
Okay, cool. Try www, Kylie.
I still don't see the numbers.
Okay. So I'm sorry. It worked for my other class. Everybody was able to do it. So I'm sorry it didn't work for you guys.
It worked for me.
Got it. I got it.
Okay, good.
I'm a little confused though.
Okay.
The questions seem weird. Like the first question is learn another language.
Right. And then it says very interested, interested, slightly interested, not interested. So basically it's not really formed as a question, but are you interested in learning another language?
Did you know that you have a higher percent to get a job if you can speak Spanish?
Does that make sense, Ian, though?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So like number 2, learn computer software programs. Are you interested in that? Or are you not interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it said. I put it in the chat what it said and what I should be.
Oh, you already finished it? Okay. What you got? Oh, cool. So you were like right where you want to be. That's awesome. Very cool. We're going to talk about your results. So if you guys aren't able to do it, that's okay. Just try. If you can't get it to work, then just think about a career that you would be interested in.
The easier way to do it is open a new tab and then copy paste it onto that tab and then just take it and then go and keep going back and forth between tabs.
For some reason, Alex and Matt, though, they don't see the actual question, the actual, like right here.
Did they print the take free test or whatever?
Did you see that part, Alex, where it says take the free test?
Yeah, I got to that screen and then I clicked that. But I don't see the numbers with those words, but I see like the answers on there. Like
so you see very interested, interested, slightly interested. You see that part?
Yeah, but I don't see the number in the question.
It's not really a question, but it should.
Whatever.
Yeah, this part right here, you don't see where it says learn another language.
Yeah, no, I don't see that.
That's so weird. That is really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe try, do you know how to refresh a screen?
Yeah, I've done that. It doesn't do
work.
anything.
That's weird. Yours and Matt's don't. Okay. So maybe there's a block on it. Okay. Well, just think for a minute about some other possible.
I'm gonna see if it works on this computer that I have, but
okay,
it might not. I don't know.
Jude, did you get through it?
Yeah, but it wants me to print it. It doesn't just show me the answers.
Oh, if you scroll though, if you keep scrolling down, it should tell you like a percentage, like 50 whatever percent of came out like this career.
You have to
You can
scroll
print it if you want, but
way to find it. It'll say possible careers or whatever, and then
yeah, you have to scroll a lot.
it'll list a ton of things.
Yeah. And it gave you like percentages too, right, Aubrey? Like
Maybe
Got them now.
25% of going to trade school, but other than that, it just listed it.
oh, it just listed it. Okay, which these things you put in the chat are kind of all similar. Except for the food scientists, but that's pretty cool. But basically everything in that list is science based. So that's pretty cool. Do you like science?
Yeah.
Good. How about yours, Jude? Did you find it? What did it say was your number one?
Engineering.
Ooh, that's cool. Very good. Like, did it say what type of engineering or just engineering in general?
Let me look. It just says normal, like blend of science, technology, design, innovative machines.
Mike, like a science or technology engineer, that's pretty awesome.
And then the next one after that is business.
Okay.
And then communications.
Oh, yeah, I see you doing that. Yep.
And culinary, but those ones are only 50%, but the other two are higher.
But still, that's interesting to know because you've got kind of a variety right there. So you must enjoy cooking to some degree too. Kind of, yeah, you're like, eh. And then how about you, Matt? I'm not Matt, Ian, did you finish the test? Are you still working on it?
Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to Ian, but I don't think he's there at the moment. But did you finish it, Kylie?
I have 8 more questions than yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you can keep going. Alex and Matt, did you guys come up with a career?
I got mine to work on the computer.
Oh, sweet. Okay, go ahead and take it then. Good. And maybe Matt, you can take it later. Do you know what you want to do, Matt, after school?
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Join the Air Force.
Join the Air Force. Okay, good. And then after the Air Force, do you know what kind of a job you would like to have?
I'm contemplating that still.
Okay. So think about that too. I'm glad you want to join the Air Force, but think about maybe a career. If you want to make a career in the Air Force, you can do that too. But think about maybe a possible long-term career you might be interested in. And if you can't think of one, Matt, then you can write about the Air Force. That's okay.
Okay. It says disclaimer.
Yeah, I think that's right at the beginning, right, Aubrey? You got to scroll down past that.
Okay.
Scroll down past the percentage, and then underneath it says like a ton of like career choices.
Yeah, if you have to scroll down kind of far, and it'll show like a percentage.
Oh, I see. So it says interest level, 83.33.
Yeah. What does it say next to that?
Finance.
Finance? Okay. Interesting.
I don't even know what that is.
Finance is like being a banker, like it has to do with money. Yeah. Well, keep going. There's other options though. That's not the only one. Keep scrolling. What's after finance?
Now I have to turn back on my computer.
Oh no.
I do not like.
You didn't lose it.
I want to be a banker.
You don't have
I
to
want
do
to
that
live
one.
my life.
Like I said in the beginning, this is just kind of a, introduction to maybe what you might be interested in, but it's not like it's set in stone. You guys.
The first one I said for me was being an astronomer, and I do not want to be an astronomer.
Okay.
Space science whatsoever.
So
yeah.
So is it under careers?
Yeah. Keep scrolling to that. By the way, there's other tests, if your parents are interested in you, once you get into high school and get going, if you're interested in doing a paid test, you can pay for a test. It has a bunch more questions and very specific about you. So that can help as well. Sometimes even if you're looking into going to a college will offer that kind of a test. This is a freebie. It's safe. It's a safe test. Like I said, I've done it. I've had other students do it. Everybody does fine with it, but it's not perfect. So if you're looking for really want to know exactly what your personality fits with or what kind of skills you have that fits with a career, you can pay if your parents want to pay for a career type test, but that's, up to you guys. This one kind of gives you an idea though. So like if your first one shows up finance and you're like Kylie and you're like, I don't want to do anything with money or math.
I want to spend it. Oh, I have 100%
I'm confused.
I have 100% on legal.
I'm confused.
Okay,
it says email your test results.
Yeah, Aubrey. Yeah, she's like, scroll down. Keep scrolling down. Scroll.
It says technology.
That's your first one, is technology?
Yeah.
Sweet. Does that sound about right? Something about with technology?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that sounds like you. Maybe software engineer or something with gaming. I don't know, some kind of work with computers. And Kylie?
Multimedia.
Say that again, Ian.
MULTIMEID. No. EDIA.
Oh, multimedia. Yeah, so that would be like multimedia is like social media, it's videography, it's maybe film.
Ian's gonna be the next big YouTuber.
Say that one more time, Aubrey.
Ian's gonna be the next big YouTuber.
There you go. Hey, what do you think, Ian?
I don't know.
I could totally see you doing that, actually. You got a good personality for it.
That's my brother.
The third one says culinary.
Culinary is like a chef,
Cooking.
a cook. Yeah.
No, I love culinary.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go back to my culinary.
Maybe you could have a YouTube
Engineering.
channel about cooking, Ian. There you go.
I have a 66.67% on culinary. I have 100% on public service and legal terms.
So public service would be like police officer, yeah.
Navy.
Military, yeah. Navy.
Military,
okay.
military. And then I got legal, so like lawyer and stuff like that.
Okay. So does that sound more like it? Does that fit you better than the other one?
Yeah.
Finance?
Okay, yes, it does.
Okay, good. All right, you guys. So basically the reason why we did this is just to get a feel for, and some of those words, it's good that you're looking at and you're like, what does this even mean? It's good to start learning these things because you're getting to that age where once you get further along in high school, you're going to be having to kind of think through these things a little bit. Some careers require you to go to college and some do not. And so it's not, in my opinion, I'll say it that way. In my opinion, it depends on what your passion is, what you feel like you're good at, and what you're kind of drawn toward. Those are the types of things you want to think about for later in life. It might require some cool schooling or some training, but you're going to do a paper about this, so that's why it's pretty cool to kind of see what kind of fits your personality. Now, if you scored something on this online test and you're like, Kylie, like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't write about that. I want it to be something fun for you to write about.
They're boring and they don't live out their lives.
So
they sit at a chair all day.
Pick one that you actually think would be interesting to learn about. And then you guys are going to do some research. So now I'm going to show you how you're going to research your career. So everybody in the chat, narrow it down if you can right now to one type of career, whether it's in technology, like Ian said, or military. That's fine, Matt and Kylie, if you want to say Navy, Air Force, whatever career, like type of job you think would be, at this point in your life, you think would be fun to do. Okay, Alex, did you have a question?
How do I get to the results? Because all it says is print your results.
Yeah, so keep scrolling like Aubrey said. So scroll under that, scroll, scroll, scroll. It's like a lot of scrolling. Keep scrolling. And eventually you'll see like, I think it's a green percentage and it shows what type of career next to it.
Okay.
You see it? Okay. What'd you get?
Agriculture, architect, astronomer, biochemist. Wait, what?
You got like me.
It says like the exact same things that she got. Conservation scientist.
Do you see percentages next to that? Like what percentage it says, like 60 something percent?
No.
Okay, so maybe you need to keep scrolling.
It just says science.
Because where did you find the percentages, Kylie, on there?
It's so above it. So like the thing, and then it will go above it. It'll be like interest level, and it'll be in blue, 100 or like 66.
Yeah, mine didn't say that either. Mine just said careers in science. It's just like what it said.
All those words, that's all it said? Because there should be a place where it's...
Oh, I found it.
It said 25% in a trade school, but mine didn't say anything else.
Well, Alex was able to find it. Maybe you could go back and look, Aubrey. It sounds like it's above that.
Yeah, above it was the 25% interest in a trade school.
In a trade school, okay. And then, but it didn't narrow down, like, you want to be a marine biologist, so you can focus on that for your paper. That's good. That is on your list anyway, so. All right, so nobody put anything in the chat yet, but if you could narrow it down to one career that you want to focus on for your paper, go ahead and put it in the chat. Okay, I see that, marine biologist.
The reason why I want to be a marine biologist is because you have to have a bachelor's degree in something like that to become a dolphin trainer at SeaWorld.
Okay. That's your ultimate goal, is to become a dolphin trainer at SeaWorld?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could actually focus your paper on a dolphin trainer if you wanted to do that. That's okay. That would be more fun for you to research. Like, how do you become a dolphin trainer?
You have to take this swim test. It's like, looks impossible.
Well, that would be training then. You may not have to go to college for that, but you will have to have some training.
And I was like, you dive to the bottom of the dolphin pool that's 30 feet. I'm like, oh, great.
Do you guys have, oh, go ahead, Kylie.
Oh, I put it in.
Okay. Do you guys have any more of this white paper in the back of your binder? If you do, I need you to get out another piece of this. If you don't have any more left, you can get out printer paper. You just have to print smaller. But if you have any more of these, we're going to set this up for this week, okay?
I narrowed it down as much as I can.
And
it was still big.
So you guys remember, fold it like this first, and then you're going to fold it into thirds. I see that you needed more time, Jude, to think about it. What was the one that showed up as the highest percentage on your test? I forgot.
Me?
No.
Engineering.
Veterinarian?
No, engineering.
Engineering, that's right. I thought you said veterinary.
Those people are really smart.
Yeah, engineers are really smart.
I think my Nana was saying that engineers get $500,000, like I think as a year salary or something when they start.
Are you interested in like architecture, like buildings and how things fit together?
I have no idea what I want to do yet at all.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what it showed up as.
Okay, that's just how it showed up. If you keep scrolling though, there's others. You don't have to pick that top one, but it kind of helps give you a feel for maybe what you're natural at.
Yeah, the first one it wanted me to do was a trade school.
Yeah, you might have to just keep scrolling to see what other options there are. But if you don't see anything on there you don't like, you don't have to use that. So Jude, if you're I know that your family, you guys are people of faith. If you feel like maybe being a missionary, that's a career, or you want to start a church somewhere or something like that. You can think about things like that. It doesn't have to be locked into this test. So basically, and even you can maybe with your mom later, or this goes for everybody, your parent, if you want to sit down with your parent later and search types of careers, kind of scroll through all the names of the different careers and go, oh yeah, that kind of sounds interesting. Because I remember being your age and not really knowing, I knew about like doctor, lawyer, teacher, all the big regular stuff. But there's so many careers in life. It's at your age, it's hard to know what's out there. What even sounds fun or what is it? So even if you're not sure, hold on, Kylie, even if you're not sure, you can just pick a career that sounds interesting. It doesn't mean that's what you want to do, but you can just pick a career that's like, yeah, that sounds pretty interesting. I want to learn more about that. That's okay too. Because you're going to write it without you in the paper. You're going to just write about it like it's a research paper on a occupation. Okay. Okay, Kylie, you were going to say something.
Sorry, I was talking to somebody. I didn't know my wasn't muted.
Oh, okay, no problem. So set up your white paper. You guys are going to work on just 2 paragraphs this week. So on one side, let's just put Roman numeral 1. You're going to find 3 sources. So we're just going to set this up and get it ready. So you've got A, B, and C. This is Roman numeral 1, and we're going to talk about your topics in a minute. So don't worry if you're not sure yet. Just set this up and get it ready. If you need to use, oh, by the way, 4 and 5 are optional here. See, this is all Roman numeral 1. And
That
then
was the problem.
refused outline, you're just going to do Roman numeral 1 and 1 through 7. And 7 is going to be optional. Okay, so go ahead and set that up real quick. So your goal this week, hopefully today, you can pick an occupation. Okay, like I said, it's not set in stone, doesn't mean you have to do that. Pick one that sounds interesting to you. And if you want to use that test, maybe you want to retake the test when you have more time to think about the questions. That's okay. Try to retake it again as you have more quiet time to think about it. That test you can do over and over and over again. And then see what it comes up with. As it finalizes it, scroll through all the stuff, and you can email the results to yourself. That is an option.
I did that.
Okay. And check that out. See what others are on there. And then you're going to pick a career, and then you're going to do a Google search on 3 articles about that career, how to become that. So over here on this box under C, let's put possible topics. I'm going to help you find some things here.
Is a stay-at-home mom a possible topic?
No, that's not really a career. That is a calling, though. So that is something that is important. I wouldn't say it's a career, because career is more like making money per se.
My kids
But
will give me all the
stay-at-home mom
money.
is like the best thing in the world. I got to do.
My kids will give me all the money when they work.
So maybe think about your future husband. What kind of career you think
He's a banker.
he would have? A baker?
No, a banker.
No, banker.
You guys didn't want to be.
That's funny. You're cracking me up. All right. So possible topics. When you're thinking about a career, this is basically like a job. What kinds of things would you want to know about the job before you actually get it? Raise your hand and tell me, what are some things you would want to know about the job to see if it's going to be a good fit for you? Aubrey?
How long you would have to go to school?
Okay. So we'll put training / education. Question mark. Is there any training or education involved, Kylie?
If I can do another job with it.
Okay. Multiple jobs, question mark, at the same time?
Yeah.
1. What about Aubrey? What else?
The test you have to pass to do that job.
Okay. Tests. Or like, they call it certification too. Sometimes you have to get certification, and sometimes they call it certs, if you've ever heard that term before. If you're in the construction world, you'll have to get certs to be able to be an inspector and know how to weld and know how to do all kinds of stuff. So that's a good one. What about the pay or salary? You definitely want to know what the pay is, right? How much are you going to make? Is it going to be worth it?
I'm just gonna make $1, guys, and live in a very fancy home that I want to live in. That'll work out for me one day. Days later.
Is there any danger involved? I know that some of you are talking about military. Is there danger involved? Yeah, there could be, right?
Vietnam 3.
What about benefits? You guys know what that means? Benefits? Benefits is like medical benefits, or it could be benefits like bonus checks. You know, if you're a realtor, you want to sell houses. If you sell so many houses, you get like a bonus, something like that. Maybe time. Some careers like doctors, the time you work can be like shift work, you know, in the middle of the night, because we all know the emergency room has to be open 24/7.
What are you willing to lose?
What are you willing to lose? Yeah, or sacrifice?
Be a mother and you could go to the military and not see your child for 4 years.
Sacrifice, that's exactly what that is. Yep.
I loved you when you were 12 and now you're 16.
All right, so here's a good list. There's more than this. You might think of more as you go, as you research your career, but you're going to choose one or two of these for each paragraph. Like you might be able to put pay and salary and benefits. Those might go together. So it's okay to do a little combo with whatever your career you're researching. Some of these like training, education, that could go with tests and certification. You see what I mean? So you can combine some of these topics together, but this will give you a focus as you do your research on your career. Okay, so I'm going to show you something real quick because we're almost out of time, but I want to show you how to find articles. So as you're looking for articles, I recommend you checking with your parents. I know that Matt was concerned about the website. I appreciate that. That's okay. So sit down with your mom, grandma, whoever's with you to do this research. Make sure they are with you so that they know your search is safe. And if you want to search, like, let's say, oh, here, let me get on my share. We're going to go to Google and put marine biologist for students. I'm just going to put all about, and I'm going to put this in the Google Classroom so you know exactly how to search for these. So all about marine biologists for students. We'll go with that one. Okay. We've got one that's called ecologyproject.com, says marine science for students, hands-on learning program. So that's actually a program. So we want to look for like an article about what a marine biologist does. Here we go. American Museum of Natural History. Marine biology is the study, hold on, Kylie, of life in the ocean. So here's an example of a good site to look at. This would be, you would look under reading. Well, these are actually all, what is marine biology? Here we go. Something like this. So you could use this as one of your sources, and you're going to bookmark the sources that you pick. You need to find 3, and I want you to print them. Okay, I know it's a lot of printing. That's okay. You got to have it physically in your hands for class next week, because we're going to start. Actually, you got to have it ready for you this week because you're going to start with your first 2 paragraphs. Kids Encyclopedia Facts, that's a good one. Britannica, I want everybody to use Britannica. This is one of the best sites for this type of search. And I'm going to put this in your Google Classroom. So here's a great article that you can use for the career that you choose. Do you guys have any questions about what I'm showing you right now? Okay, you're going to Google this stuff. So you know how Google can get crazy. So we want to make sure that it's a safe search. You want to make sure you have an adult sitting with you as you're searching and let them know, I want to search about a career, and they can help you find some things. I like to put for students or for kids in the search because otherwise sometimes some crazy stuff comes up and we don't want to have to sift through all that stuff. The way to tell if a website is trustworthy or it's reliable is to see like this one here, Britannica. That's a name that's been around for decades. And there's no pop-ups. As I'm scrolling here, sometimes you get weird pop-ups like lose 200 pounds in 24 hours. Something like
I'm not even 200 pounds. I'm negative 50 pounds.
If you see any kind of pop-ups like that, X out of that. That's not going to be a good site to go to. All kinds of weird ads like that, stay away from those sites, okay? Sites like this where you don't really see any pop-ups, there's not really anything happening on the sidebar or anything. These are safe sites to go to. But like I said, search with an adult, okay? Just because the internet gets wacky sometimes. But Britannica is good. The other one that's really good is National Geographic. Another great site to use. Here we go. And even these .gov, these are government sites. These are also good to go to. A marine biologist. This is actually a PDF. These are showing activities. You might need to have the word career in your search too to be able to narrow down what you're looking for. Okay, so let me just say one more time. You guys are going to do a search for 3 articles. You need 3 sources, A, B, and C. And you need to print them. And you need to label them, A, B, C. You guys know this. We've been doing this before. And then you're going to work on paragraph 1 and 2. You're going to pick 2 topics to start with from those list of possible topics. Do your search in each article, make your fused, and then write your 2 paragraphs from that. Okay? Any questions about what you guys are doing this week? Okay, go ahead, Alex.
So we have to do the second outline.
Yes, so the front and back of your, front and back of your white page. And if you guys have testing or, you have testing mainly, and you don't have time really to do all of this, just have your parent message me, either text or email me. And then I can see, okay, you need a little bit more time on this. That's fine. But we got to get through. We only have I don't know, I want to say 7 weeks left of class. So we're trying to get to the end of this binder. So I do need you guys to work on 2 paragraphs this week. That's a good question. Any other questions you guys have? No? Okay. Try to have fun with it. Pick something you're interested in. So at least it's more fun to find out. And then let me know if you guys have any questions. Your parents can reach out to me. Anyway, have a great week, you guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.